Laynie and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I am so excited that you are here. Oh my goodness, the Lash fam is growing. If you are returning to my channel, thank you so very much. I have a couple exciting things before we hop into today's video. I have new lights. I hope you guys can see the difference. I'm so excited. I feel like in my viewfinder everything looks a lot brighter. I tested it out the other night with just a little of me sitting here and just seeing what the lighting was like, and I felt like the colors were more true to what they really are. So I'm really excited about that, and I hope you guys can see the difference. And then also I'm going to start something new. Stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to do a shout out of one of the members of the hashtag Lash Fam. Per usual, we are going to start today's video with a question to get to know you guys better because I'm trying to build a community here amongst the Lash family, and I also will answer so that you can get to know me better. Today's question is, do you have a favorite quote? I have a favorite quote, and I have loved this quote since probably high school. My favorite quote of all time is "Dream big because little dreams have no magic," and I feel like that is so true. You know, in life we might not always reach those dreams we have, but if we have that big dream that we're always working towards or a goal in mind, it keeps us going, it keeps us motivated, and why not dream big? It's so much more fun. So if you have a favorite quote, leave it down below. I would love to hear from you guys. Today's video is the world's most full coverage foundation and concealer. We'll see anyways. A lot of people have said on YouTube that this is the most full coverage foundation out there, and they just launched a concealer, so you know I had to test it for you guys. Today we are going to be testing out Jouer foundation and concealer. A little bit about these products before we dive into the test. I almost said taste test. I will not be tasting this. Yuck. The foundation comes in at $38, so sort of cheap nowadays for high-end foundation. But, there is a but. You are only getting 0.68 ounces. Now, if this is truly the world's most full coverage foundation, then that might be plenty of product. But I feel like that's kind of shorting us a little bit because most foundations are usually 1 fluid ounce. The one thing that I think is truly awesome about this foundation is the fact that it has 50 shades. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. That is definitely a shade for everybody. It is supposed to be full coverage, good for every skin type, a matte and airbrushed finish. Now that is a big claim, you guys. It has hyaluronic acid to help hydrate the skin and keep you looking flawless all day, according to the Sephora website. As far as the concealer goes, it comes in at $22. That's not terrible. I feel like that's pretty comparable to most good concealers on the market, or high-end concealers, because there's good cheap drugstore ones too. It has 25 shades, which I feel like that's really good for concealers. I feel like concealers are usually quite lower on the shade range, so 25 is pretty darn good. It's supposed to be high coverage, smooth imperfection, a soft matte finish, and creaseless. I really like that creaseless part. That is something I struggle with. And it also has hyaluronic acid to plump the skin. All of that sounds great to me, so if you want to see me test this out, then just keep watching. You guys, this cold is just not going away. It's now Tuesday. I'm still hacking up a lung. So I want to let you know I did go ahead and prime my face with the Smashbox Primer Oil. The winter air is not my friend right now, even with oily skin. And then I am going to go in with a little bit of the Primed and Peachy by Too Faced just in my T-zone. Just realized I didn't do my eyebrows. To do or not to do, to do or not to. I'm going to shake really well. This is the color Sand. Have a moment of silence for me, say a little prayer, little of this. Color matching gods, please be with me because I don't know if I got the right color. I don't know, you guys, really, like, I'm really on the fence. This might be more of my summer shade because I'm a real pale right now. And then I went ahead and got the Jouer World's Most Full Coverage. I'm feeling extra today. Concealer. Here's the fun part. When the Sephora sale was going on, that is when I purchased this concealer, but they were sold out of, I believe, the second lightest shade. So I got the lightest, and you guys, it's real light. I'm going to do one half of my face with my Beauty Blender, and the other half with my Morphe M439. Oh, I hear it. It's coming. It's coming. little dark. If it oxidizes, I'm gonna be SOL. And then this will have to sit aside until the summer. Please don't oxidize. Oh, ooh, it's a little dark. I did get new lights, so I'm hoping my colors are coming across more accurate. That was definitely a struggle with my new setup in our new house. My lighting was way different than my older videos. Like, I felt like I was looking very gray in my videos, and I was not okay with that. So that is one pump with the beauty sponge, which usually shears out coverage, and that covered 3/4 of this side of my face. I mean, I could definitely get away with it, blend it down a little bit, and I did get that really light concealer, so I think it'll balance out. I'm going to try to do half a pump. Oh, I like the pump on this. I was able to do a half pump. There are some pumps that make it nearly impossible to get a half a pump. It's like you're going full pump or no pump. I'm going to try the same. One full pump to start out. Okay, I definitely feel like it's going on more for full coverage with the brush side. I do feel like this oxidizes a bit. Like when I'm first applying it, I feel like this side looks lighter than the dry side. Honestly, with the brush, one pump and I think I can do my entire face. Definitely. This is a foundation though that is definitely having a lot of brush strokes, and I have enough with that one pump to go on over here and add a little bit more. Now I'm going to tap it out with a damp sponge because I really prefer how the sponge side looks, like a lot. I'm going to let it dry for a second to see how much it changes. When you're just too impatient to dry, Amazon, best purchase ever. The color shade is pretty darn good, just barely darker than I am right now. But I can totally live with this color. This is in sand. I'm very happy with this color because I would honestly rather go just a tinge darker than I am than look totally washed out with a really, really light shade. The foundation claims to have a airbrushed finish. It's got the matte finish. That is true. It is definitely high coverage. The coverage is there big time. I don't think it looks airbrush. I have acne scars, I have large pores, and you can see all of it. I have some foundations that really smooth out the texture of my skin. I don't think this is doing it. The texture from my acne I had in high school and college, let me be clear, in college, I don't think I would say this is airbrushed, you guys. So yes, as far as the concealer goes, I picked up Snow. Again, color matching gods be with me because this could go really good or really wrong. This says it is full coverage, it smooths imperfections, has hyaluronic acid. That I love. Hyaluronic acid is one of the best skincare ingredients in my opinion. It plumps the skin and gets rid of the look of fine lines, which I might be 28, but I could use that right about here. Okay, it says it's creaseless, so I'm going to be comparing this in my head to my Tarte Shape Tape, which coverage-wise is not my favorite concealer, but crease-wise, it is my favorite. That one, if I know I do not want creasing, it will do that for me. Oh, that's light. Oh my goodness. No one's going to know I have a cold when they look at me. I'll be radiating like the sun. So if I like this concealer, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and get a darker shade to mix in with this. Like this is great for like right here, just right here, but it's a little too light for everywhere else. Like I could not cover a pimple with this, add a little coverage anywhere else with this. This is light, but I will say it is blending out really nicely. You guys, if you went a little ham with this concealer, I do think it would be very full coverage. And again, I do think the coverage is there. With a brush, you would get crazy coverage, I have a feeling. It really shears out nicely though. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look cakey. It looks really nice. I do feel like, hold on, I'm I'm going out on a limb for you guys. I'm going to crease up my eye. It did bunch up in there just, ever so slightly. I have high hopes for this. I'll definitely check back in with you on whether or not it's creaseless, but I have high hopes for this. I'm kind of getting the creaseless vibe, Laura Mercier, because I know how it works. And I'm going to set my cheek and under eye. Now these formulas do come across as pretty matte. I think there are products out there that are even more matte, where if you have dry skin, do I think you would like this? Honestly, if you had very dry skin, I don't know if you would. I think it would be too matte for you, and I think due to the major pigmentation, I think it would stick to dry patches. That's just what my gut is saying to me. I think with the amount of pigment in the foundation, it would cling to dry patches. It's this matte, and I even primed with that oil primer. I have sat with my Laura Mercier. I'm going to bring you in close so you can really get a good idea of what this looks like on my skin. I'm going to go finish up the rest of my face, and then I will let you know how everything applied over top. So I will leave everything down in the description box that I used on my face today, so you can check that out. If you have any questions, let me know. I must say, thus far, everything applied like a dream. Let me check myself out for a second, not to sound conceited. My bronzer went over top effortlessly. My contour went over effortlessly. I had an issue with my blush. I put too much on, took a bare brush, buffed it out. It didn't move around the product. Everything went on really, 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 really nicely. I did not set anything with a spray. That is the one thing. I want to see how my oils do throughout the day without anything else possibly interfering. I'm going to go out through the rest of my day. I have to go to work, and I will check in late tonight and let you know how it's wearing on my skin, because I have seen a few videos where it didn't wear very well, so fingers crossed. Hey everyone, I'm back. I have now been wearing this for 10 solid hours. For 10-hour wear, I'm gonna have to give it a thumbs down. You guys, let me bring you in close to what's going on here. This whole area looks really weird. I hope you can see that on camera. It looks real strange. I think for a night out, 4 or 5 hours wear, it's really pretty. But for a long work day, if I had to go to work and then go do something after work for several hours, I would not be happy with how this looks. The pigmentation has gotten weird, where it's oxidized in some areas and it hasn't in others. It looks really, really weird. Up here looks incredibly weird. I can't recommend it. I can't recommend it to you guys, because the coverage is definitely there, but the wear is not there, and I don't think those with dry skin would like how it wears either. I could recommend the concealer. I could recommend the concealer, but not this. So those are my thoughts on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like my new lighting. And I am now going to go to my outro that I pre-filmed with my little shout out. Today's shout out from the Lash Fam is Hillary Chavez. She left me a really sweet comment, and she also said that she was going to recreate my eye look, which I think is really, really exciting. That's from my last video. So if you want to get featured in a shout out, then just make sure you're commenting on videos. I'm really excited to start this on my channel, because like I said, this is a place for friendship and makeup lovers to come and just have a good time. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I am hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we have just a month to do it. Oh my goodness, where did this year go? And as always, you guys, most importantly, please try to stay positive, because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.